this show has been going on, there's been a lot of discussion about new ages, new eras, new ideas. And I am absolutely convinced that we're about to see a new age, an age of augmented humanity, a time when computers will work for us, and they'll make it possible for us to do the things that we really want to do, which are mostly around people and happiness and making the world a better place. And when I think about the consumer electronics industry, in particular, what you all have built over the years, we have an opportunity now to entertain, to inform, to educate with technology that we've never been able to do before. And that's what I want to talk about in this show. Today, when you look at a consumer electronics product, think about it as a music player. If it's not connected to the internet, it just has what's stored on it. It can't get the music that's nearby. It can't get the latest music. It has to be on the net. The same is true of everything. That change is very subtle. It's something that's happened over the last 5 or 10 years in consumer electronics, but it's fundamental. So what's happening now is that people are finally getting it to the point where we can build computers and computing technology that people actually want to use in their daily lives that just works. It's taken us a very, very long time, but I'm very proud to say that the just works option finally is available because of the technology that people are using. It's interesting that the internet is now so pervasive that one estimate has 35 billion devices connected in one form or another, including devices in cars and all sorts of other kinds of things, many more than the kinds of devices that we're used to. It's amazing that this is all occurring. And this is giving us an opportunity to build these large platforms. And so there's a set of products, a set of platforms, and a set of companies that are driving this move forward. Let me give you an example. Look at the iPhone and the iPad. New powerful applications that can access the data in the back. Google, of course, is a partner. We'll show you Android. We'll talk about Chrome OS. We'll talk about a new product called Google Television as part of this right now, which again, think of them not as devices, but rather as portals onto this very, very large set of data and supercomputers that are in the back. So it's not the smartphone by itself, and it's not the network by itself. It's the smartphone and the network, and then all of the information that is behind it. It's the sum of that that is creating all of the excitement that everybody cares so much about. What's interesting about Android, of course, is it's not just one partner. There are more than 60 devices and 21 OEM partners across 59 carriers in 49 countries. And that number is growing very, very quickly. And you can imagine those numbers will be much, much greater before Christmas. Underlying browser technology is used by many of the browsers now, and that's part of why it's so quick. And in Chrome's case, it's got a huge momentum. It now has more than 70 million users. The latest release is 4 times faster, literally 4 times faster than the release we did 2 years ago. And deeper integration with the browser means that we can have more autonomous actions. Literally within the browser, we can have more things going on to benefit you because it's a more powerful platform than any other browser. And I can discuss that technically, but the important thing is it really is a much more powerful platform for this new augmented humanity model. At the same time, I've not talked about monetization and ads and so forth, because I wanted to talk about end users first. It's also important that the people in these ecosystems make money. So an example would be that people have information that they want to sell. They have advertising they want to show. There are many, many examples of this, and we take this very seriously because obviously our revenue is among other things. YouTube is a very interesting example of this. YouTube, and everybody here is using YouTube. YouTube is this amazing global phenomenon now. It has more than 2 billion views per day. Think about that. 2 billion views of YouTube every day. I mean, think about the amount of time that's being spent doing this. 160 million mobile views per day. 24 hours of video uploaded every minute. Right? You can imagine the quality. I'll leave that up to you. The business is doing very, very well with more than 2 billion monetized views per week. And the number of advertisers and the number of monetized views is up 50% in the last year. Partners are doing well. Our display business, another component of this, we have more than 300 million visitors per day. We have more than the DoubleClick platform, which we acquired a while ago, serves over 45 billion ads per day. And 94 of the top 100 advertisers advertise on the Google Display Network. So what I wanted to do to start was to lay a framework, a model for you of what things are like now. And what I thought would be fun would be to have some demos of products that are just about to get released, and I hope will work in our demo. The person in charge of our mobile efforts, Hugo Barra, you want to come on up? Why don't you get started, and let's see what Hugo has for us.
Mean by mobile supercomputing. One of the most exciting and challenging technologies that we've been working at Google for many years is speech recognition. 2 years ago, we launched the first version of our voice search application, which I bet many of you here in the room use every day to search the web. It's really fast, it's really easy. And in fact, voice search has become an incredibly popular application. Just to give you an idea, out of every 4 searches that we receive from Android devices in the USA, 1 comes from voice. It's 25%, which is pretty amazing. So what I wanted to do today is actually show you how we're taking the voice UI to an entirely new level through cloud computing innovation. Let me ask you a question. Have you found yourself, say, rushing at an airport? You've got one bag in one hand, you've got a jacket, or maybe a baby on the other hand, and you need to send a quick text message, but it's just too hard. Wouldn't it be great if you could do it with just one single click? Let me show you how you're going to be sending your text messages very soon. Outside Terminal 5 in 10 minutes. So this is going to process on the cloud for a couple of seconds, and then it's going to come back. So let's see, perfect recognition. Just nailed it. And
by the way, Hugo, the important thing is the computer was in the back room somewhere, right?
The computer was in the back room somewhere.
The computer was somewhere, not this back room. The computer there was in the data centers. You sent it all the way somewhere. It did all that work, all the thousands of computers, and it came back in, boom.
That's exactly right. So all I have to do here, of course, is just press send, and I'm done. What you saw is called a voice action, and there's a bunch of them in the new Android voice search application. Let me show you another one. Call Grand Hyatt Hotel in Berlin. Oh, let's try that again. Actually, it's right there. And of course, I don't have a SIM card here, so we didn't place the call. But it's incredibly fast. And this was a real live local search. The number is not stored in my address book or anything. It literally took half a second to find it and call it. Let me show you another one. So a friend of mine told me about his museum here in Berlin. He said there's all this cool Egyptian art there. So I want to drive there, but the name is very long, it's complicated, I forgot it. I can't remember what the name of the museum was. Well, maybe I could do something like this. Navigate to the museum with Egyptian stuff. And let's see what I get back here. So recognize what I said. So this is going to launch Google Navigation, which will figure out where I want to go. And in fact, it's right there. It's the Pergamon Museum. So I can just click on it to get directions up. Let's think about what happened here. So first of all, my phone is with me and it knows that I'm in Berlin, so it knows to search here. Secondly, there are thousands of pages on the web about the Pergamon Museum, which obviously talk about the Egyptian art that's in this museum. So all that Google has to do here is relate and connect all these pieces of information together and come up with a magical answer like what you just saw. This